People are dead in South Carolina after severe weather we endured earlier today. 5 of those deaths were in Hampton County, where a possible tornado touched down at around 6 this morning. 2 people died when another possible tornado touched down in Orangeburg County. 1 person is dead in Oconee County, and a Colleton County woman is dead after a tree fell into her home. We will continue with our coverage on severe weather damage throughout the hour, and we'll have the latest updates as well as photos of that wreckage on our website, countdown2.com. That storm's force was clear on Cedar Island in Moncks Corner, where people are dealing with the damage left in its wake. News 2's Raymond Owens joins us live. And Raymond, you have been tracking that wreckage since this morning. What can you tell us?
Yes, it is. It's pretty extensive here on Cedar Island. You can see here they just in the last few minutes actually clipped these power lines that you were basically driving between these 2 power lines to get down the street here. Obviously the power's been off for a while, but they have actually clipped them and kind of moved them out of the street at this time. Now the worst damage, the house that has the most damage you see here, this is Senator Helmley's house, him and his wife's house, and I'm told they were taken to the hospital to be looked at, but fortunately did not have any severe injuries or anything. It had maybe some minor injuries. When you look at that house, it's a miracle really that there was not more in the way of injury from whoever was in that house, because literally the walls of the house are blown out all around the back, on the side. It's just amazing when you look at the damage of that particular house, and even the house here to the left. That's their son and daughter-in-law's house, I believe. It has a good significant damage, especially on the back portion of the house, and you can see how the entire garage there has shifted off of its foundation. And even the houses like here across the street, you see this house right here, the upstairs, the roof, the front part of the roof and the back part of the roof are completely gone. I had a chance to talk to the gentleman who was in this house as this roof was flying off. He was in there with his family.
It was pretty crazy. Wind started picking up pretty quick, about 7:30, and luckily we got the kids up, put them into one of our inside bathrooms, and I was watching it from the back deck, and it's probably a good idea to go on back in, so I went in with the girls, and it hit within 10 seconds, and probably within 15 seconds it was over.
And that's what I've heard from several people out here, how fast it was and how much damage. I mean, just seconds, and then you had basically this entire area kind of demolished just seconds after that tornado went through the area. Live on Cedar Island in Moncks Corner, I'm Raymond Owens. Count on 2.
Shocking footage. Raymond, thank you. Happy to hear those residents are in good health. Continuing with our team coverage across the Lowcountry, we want to head out to Edisto Beach. That's where we find News 2's Riley Benson. He joins us live. Riley, you have been on Edisto since this morning, speaking with neighbors who are now picking up the pieces.
Sophia, that's right. We're seeing an extensive amount of damage here on Edisto Beach. I'm going to step right out of the way just so you can start to get a look at some of the damage we're seeing here on Edisto Beach. Houses without roofs. We're seeing trees that have been sheared. Just an extensive amount of damage. You can see right now the trees that are just down in this neighbor's front yard. There's insulation through the trees. And you're going to get a look at this house in a second. Now, this house might be the worst damage that we've seen on the island. The house is leaning forward. There's a hole through the house. You can actually look through this house. If you're to stand in front of it, you can look through it and see the blue sky on the other side of the house. That's how bad this house was hit by this morning's storms. As you can see, Dominion crews are on site right now trying to restore power to this area, to the island. Houses just in this area of Palmetto Boulevard. Earlier this morning, if you were with us, we were on Myrtle Street, the 3300 block. There was houses had their roof ripped off there, extensive damage there as well. I mean, it looks like a debris field all over the neighbors' yards here along Palmetto Boulevard, and some of the same things there on Myrtle Street as well. Shingles, glass, there's grills, chairs, pretty much anything that you can think of is laying in people's yards. It's an extensive scene. It's an incredibly sad scene. I caught up with Edisto Beach Mayor Miss Darby earlier today. She told me there were no reported injuries on Edisto Beach, so good news for sure out of Edisto Beach. She told me, they've gone through similar things like this. They've been in similar situations They're going to pick themselves up. They're going to put themselves back together and come back stronger than they were before this morning's storms and this morning's incident. So again, as you can see, just an extensive amount of damage to houses, to trees, to yards here on Edisto Beach. Now, coming up a little bit later in this show, we're going to speak to Miss Darby. You'll hear from Miss Darby, some of those things that she said to me earlier today. Live on Edisto Beach, Riley Benson, count on 2.
The sheer power of that storm. Now in Colleton County, there were more than 7,000 power outages reported in that area. News 2's Danielle Hinsley has a report from there.
The effects of the storm can be seen here at the Lowcountry Regional Airport in Walterboro, where an estimated 25 private planes were totaled.
There's a jet across the way that if it's totaled, that's probably about $8 million on its own. So, and with all these other totaled aircraft, smaller aircraft, it'll be substantial.
An additional 10 to 15 planes were damaged, including the C-54 Spirit of Freedom, which flew in the Berlin airlift in 1948 to 1949. Airport management says it will take 4 to 5 days to clear the area. Many of the planes damaged will not be able to be replaced or repaired. Colleton County and the city of Walterboro have closed all buildings for the day. Crews are working to clear debris. The city is reporting several downed power lines, traffic lights that are not functioning, and debris that is covering roadways. Colleton County and the city of Walterboro are asking residents to stay home and off the roads if possible. Reporting in Walterboro, Danielle Hinsley, count on 2.
And out in Berkeley County, News 2's Antonio Stinson took a ride with Berkeley County Sheriff's Office to see the damage done there by this severe weather. Take a look.
I'm in Cordsville, where many people suffered great damages from the tornado that hit the Lowcountry earlier this morning. I was able to take a ride with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, where I got to see for myself the extent of the damages. The tornado is gone, but it left a great impact in Berkeley County, leaving trees in the road and houses destroyed. Moncks Corner resident Sean Lee shared his experience of the tornado.
Well, my girlfriend woke me up and said that there was a tornado, and she was freaking out. So I woke up, jumped out of bed, started freaking out, didn't know what was going on because I was still discombobulated and everything.
Sean would see some of the damage from this tornado in his own front yard.
There was a tree that was pretty close to our house, and it uprooted. It's a pretty big tree too, it had been there for a while, and it messed up the underneath of our house. A bunch of trees were down. One tree fell on our neighbor's car. You couldn't even see it. Couldn't even tell that they were home whenever we got there.
The tornado left many people in the area without power, including around 20,000 Berkeley Electric customers. Libby Rohrig with Berkeley Electric told me down power lines are not the only issue.
We're also dealing with 4 substations that the transmission was knocked out to those substations. So just as soon as Santee Cooper is able to repair the damage to the transmission lines, we'll be able to re-energize those 4 substations and get people back in power.
As of right now, no injuries have been reported in Cordsville, and Berkeley Electric told me that there is no timetable for when they will be able to fix all of the power outages. Reporting from Cordsville, Antonio Stinson, count on 2.